p.m. I'm sipping on some water. No thanks. Yee. Waza is late. Late Waza. Oh, wow. 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. Yeah, let's hit them up. Hello. All right, cool. No wonder why y'all couldn't hear me. My mic was in the other room pretty much. It was completely out of control. Okay, let's see. Oh, see, we got to talk about, wow. We got to talk about the Royal Rumble, too. Man, where do we got to, yeah. We got to talk about the Royal Rumble. Write that down. Write that down. We'll go on top of this. We're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. All of the Royal Rumble. We did not talk any Rumble that night. I was with Aubrey Sitterson on the straight shoot. That's where I was. So, we will see here. If he would answer. Let me call him one more time. He says he was going to be ready. And he's appearing not to be ready right now. He's probably helping out someone in the house. I hope. Best in the world. Let me tweet it. Everybody tweet out the stream right now, please. That would be great. We're about a minute and a half in. Slowly gathering the crowd. Why is this late? That just shows how much he cares. He's always late. What's up, dude?
Here.
What's up, dude?
Oh, I can use headphones.
Why? So that is a major development.
What?
Headphones. Because you're like me, dude. I go through headphones like I go through underwear, dude. I'm so bad with headphones. I don't have good luck with headphones. Either like the bud goes out, or I lose it, or the little rubber thing pops out. It's like, fuck.
I would say I go through headphones like I go through underwear, but I don't shower daily.
See, that's the shit you do.
I can't take the time off of work.
To shower. There's no time in your day to shower.
There's no time in my day to shower.
What time do you get up every day?
6 o'clock.
What time do you go to bed?
7. I'm sorry, 7. And now that I finished the site, I go to bed at about 11.
See, you need to just wake up at 6. That extra hour you could shower.
Ooh, I don't even want to wake up at 6. But I have been getting some sleep lately, so I'm progressing.
How much better do you feel now that you're actually sleeping?
Are
you still like just fucking?
I need now I feel like I need to get out and do shit. I need to get my energy back because I ain't got that.
You need to take that midweek trip to South Beach.
You know what I was thinking earlier? I was thinking, first of all, let me go on ahead and get into the stream and tweet it out and such. But I was thinking, I just need to randomly just, like you said, just go jump on a flight, go to Miami, go to Mango's and get those wings. Just because, and then just go back home.
Right.
Like just go out there for a day, get some wings, and leave.
Arrive, wings, leave.
There it is. But there's no Miami trip without going to Wet Willie's. You got to go to Wet Willie's and get them drinks. And that right there, if I go to Wet Willie's, I wouldn't want to come back. So, unfortunately, I would have to book a whole week.
I would say you should move somewhere, but I forgot you're kind of locked down.
Yeah.
I would say you're perfect for Vegas, honestly, because you don't want to shower, so you don't have to shower in Vegas. You can gamble like a motherfucker. You could just wear shorts all day. You don't have to actually wear a jacket because it's nice and warm and it's no taxes. That's
me. I would definitely prefer to just wear basketball shorts all day.
You and Dean Ambrose on a Wednesday just chilling.
In a robe. In a robe.
Dean, I don't know why. Dean won't wear pants. He'll be that guy. He'll invite you over to the crib. He's just got shit everywhere. And it's just he's just in underwear. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, man, I'm tired.
That's me. That's me 100%.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's Vegas, bro.
You've seen my place. You've seen how crazy it gets in here. It looks a mess. That's me. I just don't. I'm lazy. I see
Vegas
the
is
shit
perfect
laying
for you.
around.
How much is your rent?
900.
That's not actually. That's pretty good. I think for 1,100 you can get like a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing.
Like what you're
Like
paying.
it
For a
costs so
house.
much. It costs like you've been here. $900 is only 1 bedroom apartment. You would be like me finding
I
this.
think my bedroom is bigger than your entire apartment, dude. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing though, and this is
That's Dick Smalls right there.
well no. This is a East Coast thing. We pay like me finding a 1 bedroom apartment for $900 is a steal.
Right.
Like because bedrooms are like 1 bedroom over here. You know you're looking for 1,000 and better. And 2 bedrooms you gotta at least be talking 12. You go with 12, you're buying a house somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, but the tri-state area is just so freaking expensive.
Man.
It's ridiculous how much it costs to live up here.
Well, because you're right near the stadium, and you're close to Manhattan, so you're like.
Smalls, you're telling me your room? Nah, come on.
Yeah, bro.
No, hell no.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Hell, and you know what's funny?
You only see like the work part. You don't see like where I game and like you don't see where I do hood rat shit.
And here's what's funny. My apartment would be big compared to most other apartments in Patterson.
Son, I was reading $2,900 gets me 400 square feet in Manhattan. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's nothing, right?
400 square feet, dude. That's like, how do you fit a kitchen and
Yeah.
a bed? Like, how do you do?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
See, that's a tri-state area for you. We pay a lot for a little. Pay a whole lot for.
Everyone tells me everybody tells me, why would you want to live in New York? That it's too expensive. I want to do it for a little bit. It was like the weather.
You see me, I keep telling you, hey, bro, I don't think you want to do that. Like, it's uncalled for. Nice place to visit. You don't want to live there. And then the house is like, you know, the rent is through the freaking roof. If my apartment was in New York, they would charge about $1,500 for this.
More.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
square feet? That's
Just for
more
this.
than 400, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so you're looking at $4,000 right there. That's your place is $4,000 on fucking 51st Street, dude.
This thing is about, I think it's 12. Yeah, about 1,200 square feet.
Yeah, you're banking. That's triple. So there's like $6,000 a month, dude. That's crazy.
New York is ridiculous. Like my friend was living out there. He had just a room. Because that's another thing that they sell out there in New York a lot. They'll have these apartments, yeah, and they'll just sell off the rooms.
Right, and they have each got to pay like $1,100 a month or whatever.
And well, just for a room, and his room was about half the size of my room, and he was paying $800.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I just need Layla to hurry up, and grow up, so I can move.
Waza in Vegas is tailor made. I'm telling you, dude, like. You're tailor made for Vegas, because
they don't charge shit out there.
They don't charge shit out there, and if you go to the local hotels like the M or whatever, like the M is my favorite hotel. They got great fucking a pool. If you're a Nevada resident, you can just use their pool, and that works for a lot of the hotels. You can just walk in and be like, I'm gonna use the pool today. I'm just gonna see what's at the pool. Like you just do it, but you'll be playing Pokemon though. Like you just no sell the pool. I love
it. Yeah. I would just sit out there by the pool playing it. You're right. Somebody said move to the Carolinas, Wyatt. And here's the thing. That's actually one of the places I would like to move. I like the Carolinas.
Yeah, would you live in the woods area, or would you live like in downtown?
See, I would mainly go out there just to be secluded because I'm that guy. Yeah. But at the same time, I need to see lights. You know, I've been down to South Jersey, Sicklerville, South Jersey, which is in Camden County, and I went to live out there.
The worst place on earth is?
Camden, yes. Camden County is different. Camden is like, all right, I don't know why it's named this way. It's Camden and it's Camden County. When people hear Camden County, they're instantly going to think of Camden. Right. But outside of Camden, everything else is nice.
I noticed that. I watched a little documentary on YouTube. It's like literally like the border over, it's like nice. It's like, what the hell? Yeah,
it's like you watched The Wire before, right?
Yeah.
All right, and season 3 was all about them having the free zone, the safe zone. where they have the little flag up, and everybody that did drugs and sold drugs, they just pushed them all into this one area, and they said, you're free to do whatever you want there. Don't kill nobody. Don't fight. Don't do this. Don't do that. And don't step outside of this border. All of that is Camden. All of that is Camden. As soon as you step outside of that, all of that is Camden County. So that's the Wire is pretty much that in a nutshell. And yeah, so my family down in South Jersey was living in Sicklerville. When I went down there, I'm like, good God, you motherfuckers are rich. But then they say it's Camden County. I'm like, all right, so motherfuckers shooting, like, where they at? And they're like, no. That's just in Camden. We're in Camden County. So I don't even remember how I got into that. Oh, yeah.
How does something get that bad, Wiza? Like, be honest. Like, how do you go that bad? Like, there's got to be a point where somebody has to be like, oh, okay, something's going on here, and then just got completely out of control.
It's crazy because, and I'm gonna run back to what I was saying just to finish that, and I'm gonna jump into what I want to say. But down in Camden County, they have no lights. Like at about 8 o'clock, no, around 10 o'clock, they shut the street lights off. You can't see shit out there. I went to walk over to the local Wawa. Man, people in Philly and South Jersey, they love Wawa. Everybody know about Wawa. But I went to South Jersey. I'm like, I went to Wawa. I said, let me get a breakfast sandwich right quick. And I'm walking. I'm like, ain't no fucking lights on out this bit. I'm like, hold on, ain't no people outside? I was scared shitless because there's just nothing. Absolutely
you just put
nothing.
Two together. You're like, wait a minute. This is not right.
I'm like, I need to hear somebody screaming. I need to hear somebody getting shot. I need to hear something so I feel safe.
You feel
safe. I feel safe when people are getting fucked up. I feel safe because I know what's there. Yeah, I know what's there.
You're aware of the situation.
Yeah, here it's just dark, no lights, no nothing, and I'm walking a mile down the street, and all I see is fog. I'm like, all right, movie, bro. That's exactly what it feels like. So, yeah, that's why I would say I would like that, but at the same time, I need the city to be near me if I move down to the south because I need to like at least know that there's interaction going on outside all times of the damn day, or at least street lights. Give me street lights. These motherfuckers have street lights like one street light every mile. I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to see the rest of the street? But you had asked me something about you said how does it get like that? So yeah, my cousin that was living over there, he actually moved to Camden. So I went to go visit.
When was this?
This was in 2007. Okay. This is one of the worst years of my life. I went to visit in 2007. Okay. And he was giving me the heads up on how Camden is. And this was my first time ever being in.
You were in Camden, in the fucking worst city on earth, or the worst city in the United
States. Yes. But I'm thinking, was this my first time in Camden? This wasn't my first time in Camden because back when he was living in Sicklerville, I would go and there was this chick in Camden I would slam. But that was like in and out. So I wasn't getting out. I wasn't chilling. No, none of that. So now he's living in Camden. So I have to get out. I have to, walk around and yada, yada. Plus, I wasn't driving at this point. Oh, fuck. Or I wasn't driving anymore, I should say. So the first thing I see once I get to Camden, I kid you not, the skies weren't even blue. The skies were red, white, and blue every day. The reason the skies are red, white, and blue is because all day, every day, ambulances were everywhere. The sky was never blue. Never, ever. What? There was that much crime going on. Like as soon as I got there,
Wait. You're telling me this is like the 6-star level of Grand Theft Auto, where it's just cars on ambulances, on SWAT team, on helicopter, on SWAT team?
It's impossible to walk down the street like without like trying to smuggle. It looks like New York, but they're not tourists. It looks like New York, but they're not tourists.
That's bad shit. Like
it really is. And then
you just hear gunfire and screaming all fucking day.
And then at night, here's the crazy part. Like at night, it's the same thing. But when you're walking, you actually literally have to watch your step because they have these big ass roaches that's like the size of your foot. They're just everywhere.
Oh my god.
They were needless to say, I've never been back down there. I've never been like that. Then one of my younger cousins, girl, she was like, I heard you were scared of Camden. I was like, look, man, I think I'm all right where I'm at. I think I'm pretty fine where I am at. But yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. And whew. So neither, yeah, and also he had a 2-bedroom apartment, and it actually had some big size to it. Paid $700. And it was bigger than mine. I'm like, what the fuck? You only paid $700 for all of this? You got stairs and everything in this bitch. You only paid $700. That's because don't nobody want to live there.
Right.
Nobody want to live there. All right,
Why don't they just tear it all down and build a mall or something?
Tear down Camden?
Yeah. Just
Camden is fucking huge.
Do it all.
Camden is huge.
Anyway, Wiza, we got to talk about. We spent 15 minutes on that.
We actually did.
Wow. We haven't even started the show. This is a pre-show kickoff.
There it is. I don't even know how we got into that, but we did.
We're at 134 right now. 65 likes.
I'm tweeting right now. Nice little preliminary, a little prelim to the show. Let me take @YouTube out of here so we can have some space.
We gotta talk about. Have you seen the Marcus Smart thing?
I don't even know what that is.
So he made a hell of a defensive play and ended up in the stands. He was getting up and he pushed a fan.
This is where this happened?
This is at Texas Tech. Now,
all right, basketball. Okay.
Marcus Smart. He's like a top.
He's a coach, right?
No, he's gonna be a point guard. He's like gonna be a top pick. So
okay.
He gets up, getting in this dude's grill, and then pushes this motherfucker. So, I guess at the end of it, he said, "Go back to Africa" to the kid, and said the N-word to the kid also. So he got suspended 3 games for shoving the fan. But if that was you, and somebody said, "Go back to Africa" to you, and the N-word to you, would you shove him in the fucking chest?
See, at that point right there, I'm not. Excuse me. At that point right there, I'm not like, signed by any contracts or anything. I'm still a young kid, right?
You're 19 years old.
Yeah, I'm still an awful with somebody. They gonna get this work.
You hit him with the Ron Artest?
Hey, I'm not getting paid or nothing. But see, yeah, my first reaction would be to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
When you have being a top overall pick in the NBA waiting at you, this guy's gonna be a top 5 pick.
That one makes it tougher. My first reaction would be to do that, but I would probably be trained to think to myself, I'm going to get a lot of scrutiny. I really would.
You'd be ready for all that media, and you're used to all that PR bullshit you got to go through. And like, you'd probably just be like, just heel turn them on them. You'll probably do a heel on them.
But I'm pretty sure that they teach those kids, to be prepared for stuff like that. So. Yeah. In his situation, I'll probably be thinking in a different light, so I probably wouldn't do it. Where is this kid? Oh, okay.
So, let's see. What else are we missing? We got to talk about the Ramble.
Well, we weren't around. We missed Super Bowl weekend. Mm-hmm. Wiza got robbed.
We're gonna do Super Bowl weekend in Vegas next year.
You know what? Maybe that might have to be the move. Such a bad experience there. But we need to talk about the things that we missed, and we're gonna start with the Ramble, like you said, the Ramble.
The Ramble, bro.
And you did a show with Aubrey after.
Yeah.
You gotta send me a link to that. I haven't checked it out.
It was completely out of control.
I heard it was out of control.
We nutted over Rusev.
See, that's my guy.
You called that shit. You need to be hired for the WWE because you're making all the calls right now.
That's my guy. Rusev. All right, and me and Blackjack went for an hour.
Wow.
And now Batista is The Rock. If you haven't seen that,
He's The Rock, dude. When that guy put up the picture, and if you did that picture, tweet it to me again. Like,
Show you the picture.
I didn't know The Rock was. Damn it, The Rock is main eventing WrestleMania for the third straight year. I lost my shit on that tweet.
After that video with me and Blackjack, like we got so many tweets of Batista with The Rock's face on him.
Yeah, that's the shit, man. That's the fuck. That was hilarious.
It was ridiculous.
That was out of control.
But it's like he takes all of. All right, let's start from the top.
Okay.
Do we skip the tag team match?
No, there was a title change, man. How about what do you think about the Old Age Outlaws?
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because of what it's setting up. But the thing I don't,
brother.
Oh, easy. It's setting up the Usos win that at WrestleMania.
I hope.
That's what the whole thing is for. But the thing I didn't like the match. I really didn't care for the match at all.
The match was actually pretty basic, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a pretty basic shine, heat, comeback finish with the heel going over. Like
one thing that's coming from this is that Cody's getting a lot of work in.
Yeah, but who turns heel, Cody or Goldust? Because Cody's a good heel.
I'm a little lost in this.
Okay.
Why are they taking so long to start building up to it? They haven't dropped any nuggets.
Do you want to know why, Wazza? I'll tell you right now.
Are they trying to throw us off?
No, because it's best for business. Everything's gonna happen at Elimination Chamber, so that way the night after Elimination Chamber, everything happens, and because that's the WWE Network launch. Ugh.
So let me ask this question. Yeah, you got to cough that one now. Make sure you got a drink. So let me ask this question.
They're building all that for the WWE Network. The Undertaker's going to come back that day. Hulk Hogan's going to come back that day. Like, it's going to be out of control, that episode.
So let me ask this question. What does Cody and Goldust have set up for the Elimination Chamber? Like, what are they doing?
They have nothing booked right now. I feel like they're going to do, like, a tag team match.
Bingo. I think they
tag team match, though. Like a lot.
We'll get into this later, but breaking up the primetime players now was probably not the right thing to do. That's something that should have waited.
Yeah, because they were liked as a tag team.
Because if there's any time to do, say, a triple threat or a four corners tag team match, it's now.
Yeah. Because
right now you don't have anybody for the New Age Outlaws. Now, essentially, you do have the Usos. They're gonna be the ones. But imagine them going over three other tag teams. One of them being Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Then you got the primetime players.
Yeah.
Fuck Ryback. And I'm gonna throw in the Real Americans in there. This way, you can split Cody and Goldust. You can split the Real Americans, and it'll make sense. The primetime players, I still wouldn't touch them just yet. But if you have the Usos win that four corners tag match and you have the other, two of the other three teams just bitching at each other, that right there could be the match that stemmed the tension between those other teams. But right now, we get nothing. We get absolutely nothing. We just get another team thrown in there with no build, no heat, no nothing. Yeah. Well. So yeah, those guys won. You guys already know about all of the results from the Royal Rumble. We're just gonna gloss over and give our thoughts and opinions on it.
All right. What do we think about Big Show absolutely getting nothing for a reaction? Like nothing. Watch the Botchamania 242. Okay. Nothing.
This was during what?
The Royal Rumble.
During the whole match or his entrance?
When his entrance.
I don't know why. Let's book Big Show. Let's book Big Show. We got to give Big Show a role in the WWE. What would his role be?
What?
We got to do something with Big Show because obviously his days have passed him in the ring.
Wow.
He's no longer a presence. What is he?
Oh my god. Heel. Oof.
Here's what I would have him do. Hell, I wouldn't even have him in the ring. This ring days is over. I would literally have him in Kane's spot. As a matter of fact, keep Kane where he is. Put Big Show on SmackDown. They just got two big ass fucking fuck and make them GM. I mean, they throw that title around all the time with no big deal. Make them GMs. This way, you could slide them in the match every now and then. You could slide them in that match. But I just don't. And there'll be two guys that'll be like, they're the law. And they're big enough for you to say, all right, I do got to respect what they're saying. Wrestlers can't just walk over them because they're big as shit. So I would just have Big Show do that. His days of wrestling are beyond him. And now I think they should just focus on his personality. See what they can get out of his personality, out of a character in him. This way, the crowd can.
On commentary?
I don't think I've heard Big Show on commentary.
Yeah, he hasn't. Yeah.
I would just use him as a character for people to get invested into the character, not into the wrestler, because that shit is over with. It's been over 20 years now.
You're telling Big Show to retire
from wrestling, yes, because it's pointless. It's pointless because now he's coming out and he's getting no reaction. But if they focused on just having people focus on his character, then it could work. Because for crying out loud, he was the New Year's baby. Like let us get into his character. He's not going to wow anybody in the wrestling ring anymore. It's over. You could use him here and there. Like put him on the Brock Lesnar schedule where he'll have like 3 matches a year, and that's when he comes down from his GM role because somebody's pissing him off. And that's it. And it doesn't even have to be a match. He could just come out. Shit. I was going to say he just comes out and squash somebody, but then your GM shouldn't be squashing anybody. But I don't know. Maybe just to prove a point. Who knows? But no. What would you do for Big Show?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. He's going to want to work. I guess they love him because, he's a vet, man. He's put in his time. So, I don't know what you do. Maybe you make him. Maybe you have him be like a recruit.
They said put a mask on him. That solves everything.
That doesn't work for him.
That solves everything. Anytime you have an issue with any wrestler, you just put a mask on him. You put a mask on him and you stick him with the guy that talks. Big Show doesn't have a problem.
He needs another. Maybe he just needs to bring up somebody.
Big Show's okay on the mic, when he's relaxing. But when everything is so scripted nowadays, it just sucks.
Yeah.
Big Show was much better back when, he had a little free, like his promos with Brock and Angle and those guys, back when they was allowed a little more freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Then he was much better, much more believable too.
Yep.
I actually liked him in his role with Johnny Ace. I didn't mind that.
I like that role for him too, but like he's already been bitched by the Authority so many times, he can't join the Authority unless he joins like. Why don't you? No, that's a waste.
Absolutely. So basically, we can't book Big Show without a mask.
I was gonna say, why don't you have Big Show be a bodyguard for Heyman or something?
I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all.
That was one of my ideas. I wasn't sure about it because then you're kind of like, you're just putting, you maybe a young guy.
This way, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to wrestle a lot.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
He should do what Big E was doing.
Just stand there with his arms folded and don't say nothing. just be the muscle.
Yeah, but muscle for Paul Heyman and then whoever Paul Heyman's client. Probably no, you can't have Big Show next to Brock. He beat the Brock Lesnar. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, he beat the.
Maybe we could stick him. He beat the shit out of Big Show. Maybe we should stick Big Show with Kenji. You think that'll work? We stick Big Show with Kenji. He's Kenji's bodyguard. One of the 4.
He's got 4. Mason Ryan.
We got who were the 4? There was a black guy in there. There was what's his name?
Ezekiel Jackson.
Ezekiel Jackson. I think it was just those two.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett was a consultant.
Oksana was the McGregor.
Was the girl that feeds him grapes. She just feeds him grapes. And Kenji's been hovering over her matches, man. She's getting deadly in there, man.
She's
trying to hurt folks.
Yeah, who drops a knee on a girl's face? What a bitch. Why? Completely unnecessary. Like, what Oksana's been... I'm sorry.
Hashtag Kenji made her do it.
Oksana has been in the WWE for 5 years.
And now she's getting the push because they're getting ready for Kenji. I told you.
She blows.
Yo, this is a project that we're working on behind the scenes. Just don't kill it yet. Don't kill it. We're working on we're working on it.
It sucks.
She's building up Kenji's big return. Or his big debut.
Now,
she's building it
what
up.
happens if Kenji isn't Yoshitatsu? What happens if Kenji is Kenta? How more awesome is the character? Kenta beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, it would be awesome because he would be better off for the role.
Yeah, because he kicks the shit out of guys. Like imagine him.
But then that makes the whole thing serious now because we were building it off of a joke character. But now we have nothing for Yoshitatsu. I mean, Kenji would be much better in the role. He even looks the part. But either way, we still need the name Kenji. Kenji made her do it. Hilarious. But let's get back to this Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar.
Big Show is Kenji's new carpet.
He's flying in on Big Show?
I guess.
Out of control. So Bork Laser with the chair shots and the overkill.
The overkill.
I mean, really though? That was the whole match. Like, I do like that Bork came out there and he didn't want to talk. He just stole off on Big Show from the ring.
Yeah, like he got in the ring and then like did his stutter sprint. Like he was stuttering with his legs as he was sprinting.
So he hit him with the Roman Reigns punch.
Yeah.
And then just went to the chair. Like Paul Heyman just launches a chair in the ring.
And then when the ref takes the chair, Paul Heyman hands him another chair. Like
no fucks given. I guess they figured that they forgot to make this thing a no DQ match. So they figured, all right, let's just no DQ it from the start. And then when the bell rings, we make a regular match. It's going to last all of 2.5 seconds. And then we're going to get back to the chair. That's what we paid
he
for
no-sold the punch.
Yeah.
And then F5 of death.
No, that was clean.
That was clean, dude.
That was a clean punch.
And then what did he do when the match was over? He
takes off his gloves. Like, what do you take off his gloves for? That means he's serious now?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! And then he just proceeds to beat the living piss out of him with the same chair. Like the chair was done.
Yeah,
that chair was done. And I think they went to another chair, didn't they? Because he broke one.
Yeah, Yeah.
Do you think that this segment, because we can't even call it a match, do you think this segment was even needed for the Royal Rumble? I think it was pointless. It did nothing for both of those guys. I mean, if they wanted to show off Brock as a monster, yeah. I don't think that this accomplished that.
No.
Because in the end, he still looked not weak, but he still was, he looked like he was concussed and he was woozy and all that. That didn't do anything for him. Plus, he didn't destroy him in the ring.
Right.
He destroyed him via chair.
Right.
We need Bork destroying things. Like if he would have beat Cena that night, what was that? That wasn't over the limit. Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules. If we would have had Bork beat Cena that night, the way that match went, that's how Bork should beat people. Like that's how Bork should beat people. Like just completely dismantle the fuck out of them.
That's what he's gonna do. Taker.
So you think that's the match they're building for?
We can talk about that after. Let's go to the
Daniel Bryan. Or we waiting for the hot tag? Are we waiting for the hot tag on that one?
Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. We skipped that match totally.
All right.
I think it's the match of the year already. That was a great match. I
do say this, and opinions may differ on this one, but to me, the match started off really slow.
Right.
It built up for a while. It built up some heat. It definitely built up some heat, and then when they took it to the outside, shit got real. Shit got serious. Yeah. Once Bray Wyatt started smashing him into that pole, and then does a belly a belly flop into his face, which was right next to the pole. I said, "Oh God, shit just got serious."
Yeah.
And then to catch, what is that? That's not called skin in the cat. What is that called when you dive between the
Suicide dive.
All right, so he did. So he went through the top 2 ropes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he catches the suicide dive.
I don't think it's called a suicide dive, but we'll just call it that for now.
No, the suicide dive is over the top rope, actually.
Yeah, it's the Undertaker.
But nonetheless, yeah, that's Undertaker's all the way. But nonetheless, he catches him.
Air goat.
He catches him in the air and slams his face into a barricade with the Sister Abigail.
That was out of control.
Whoa. And both of these guys just went at it in the ring. Once stuff picked up, they just went at it. Bryan got his shit off. Bray got his shit off. It's fun. It's like finally we get a chance to see more of the extent of Bray Wyatt's arsenal. We finally get a chance to see it. I mean, they could have showed us this with Kane. I guess not. Who else did he have a match with? He didn't have any other singles matches, did he? I mean, on a pay-per-view. I'm not counting Kofi and shit like that. But he didn't have any other. I don't think he's had any other one-on-one matches on a pay-per-view. So this was the first time we got to see him on a big stage, and I think he delivered. I think this is what we needed from Bray Wyatt to keep the Wyatts feeling important, because they're as a tag team they're losing too much.
Yeah.
And this right here just made Bray come in and just feel like a badass. Like he doesn't need nobody. They had the family leave. He's like, all right, whatever. No problem.
Made it look strong.
But the ref made them leave and they didn't even do nothing. They didn't touch Bryan. Bryan went out there and instigated with them. They didn't even hit him back, and the ref told them to leave. What did they do?
Get the fuck out.
Bryan's like, whatever. Let's go. So yeah, man, that made him look real good. And then I think the next night on Monday Night Raw, they had another match with him in it, right?
I think he was in a 6-man or something.
Okay, but so yeah, easily, match of the night, match of the year, stiff competition. But we could pencil that in for now.
Not really.
And the reason I say
pay-per-view this year.
The reason I say stiff competition is because I still think that CM Punk and Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw was really fucking good. That was when CM Punk lost to Roman Reigns.
Right.
But that match between them two was really good. Other than that, I can't think of any other matches that jump off the charts to me just yet. But yeah, that definitely is it. Daniel Bryan's delivering, man. Was I surprised that he won? I mean, that he lost? No, I expected Bray Wyatt to win.
Yeah.
But, well, we'll get to that when we get to the Rumble. So what else do you want to say on this match?
I love the match. It was great. The right guy went over.
The right guy went over. They worked the crowd the right way.
Yeah.
And Bray winning, with Bray win, the crowd didn't even boo him. That's how you know you did it right.
He's gonna be Undertaker status in a couple years, bro.
Hopefully. They need to start building a new Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because Undertaker comes in once a year and sells tickets.
Yeah. He comes in and just fucks everybody's night up at Mania because he always has the best match.
Because he's the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah.
Like he comes in and he sells tickets. I've been saying this for the longest. A lot of people buy Mania tickets for the Undertaker. They want to be a part of that spectacle. It's a crazy atmosphere.
It helps a lot. He helps a lot. Like if there's people on the fence of tickets, they're like, okay, Undertaker, good. We're good to
go. Now if Undertaker's not there, I think that there might be. I can expect like a 5% drop, or to pay-per-views. Let's talk about pay-per-views. I could expect like a 15% drop to pay-per-views if the Undertaker's not at Mania.
Yeah,
I can expect that. Now going there, no, that's gonna sell out regardless. That people go to Mania just for Mania. It's always been like that. That's gonna sell, and they don't gotta worry about pay-per-view buys anymore.
Right.
But that's another subject. So they need to start building that now because Undertaker's on his last legs. He probably got 1 or 2 more matches in him. They need to start building that next main event. I mean, not main event, but WrestleMania draw. That way, if this card isn't strong, you still got this one person to lean on.
Right.
And I think Bray Wyatt so far fits it because this is like we said a couple weeks ago, this is a gimmick that he can keep his whole entire career.
Yeah.
He can keep this gimmick. And it's a gimmick that will fit in any era of wrestling. Back in the day, I don't see the future, like, kind of taking this gimmick away. Mm-hmm. This is a damn good gimmick.
Yeah. I mean, Triple H is all over this guy, he's gonna get a live WrestleMania performance from the fucking guy. Like if you're a Triple H pet project, you're gonna get pushed to the moon. He's getting a Cena match. And he's good, though. He's living up to his expectations. He's great.
Yeah. I was just hoping that they wouldn't do it wrong.
No.
Because WWE is just becoming synonymous with doing shit wrong now.
Right.
But I think Triple H is paying real close attention to the Bray Wyatt character. I think that's just one thing he does not want to fail.
Right. It's on his list.
I wonder how much input Undertaker has in what's going on in WWE these days.
None.
Like, they don't even consult the guy. I think they need some of these old school guys just to talk with, just to keep that.
They're sitcom writers, dude.
We'll get to that once we talk about CM Punk. So let's go into John Cena and Randy Orton, a match like you was in a call with me. I think I paid zero attention to this match.
Yeah. It wasn't a good match, honestly. In my opinion, it wasn't a good match. It was a lot like the Rock and Cena match at Mania.
I might have to watch this match. There's 2 matches on my bucket list to watch now. This match, and I have to watch, probably for like the 3rd time, I have to watch Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, the first match.
That was out of control.
See, everybody says that, but the times I watched it, I'm like, it's a good match, but for people saying it's one of the, I don't know. I have to, maybe because I don't know the build up to the match. Was there a build up to the match?
I don't know. I just saw the match.
I have to watch this match again, like with different eyes.
With the WWE Network, you can watch that whole fucking run.
Yes. Well, I'm getting the WWE Network.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting it. No question about it, because there's just so much. I mean, they're going to show shit from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I got to watch.
They're even going to have Over the Edge 1999 if you want to watch
it. That's with
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart, yeah. Yeah, to see how they handled that. I actually saw that pay-per-view. I don't remember much from it, but I actually saw it, and I want to be able to see how they handled it, and I want to like hear it now as an adult rather than, when I was, what the hell was I, about 13, 14? I think I was about 14. Yeah, I want to hear it now so I can say, man, they handled that wrong as hell. But we'll see. And they'll have all of Chris Benoit.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
So we're gonna gloss over this John Cena and Randy Orton match, right? Crowd didn't want.
Crowd hijacked it. The match wasn't good. But the Wyatts came in and they got a "Thank you Wyatt's" chant because he's sister. They beat the shit out of that. They beat the shit out of Cena.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, by the way, while you guys are here, go on ahead and drop a like on the what is this thing called, the stream? On the stream, it boosts our ego a little bit. It also lets people know on Twitter that they could find this show in case they might be missing it. And it's a big, huge help and support to us doing the show. Just wanted to plug that in there before we moved on to the Royal Rumble. Smalls, there was a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah,
how'd you feel about the Royal Rumble match altogether?
Punk put on a great show. Rusev is a beast, but he needs to go back to the loincloth.
Yes, I hear he's going to be debuting soon.
They're building him up. You know what? They're building him up kind of like Fandango. I think he's going to have his first match at Mania. I think his first match is going to be at Mania.
Why you say they building him up like him? Why you think?
No. In terms of they're doing the promos, like they would drop that.
The
weekly promo. Remember, like every week you get a video of Fandango, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And it took forever.
Now I haven't seen any.
Rusev crush, Rusev kill, like Rusev legacy. Like I did.
Are they showing him? I need to see a promo. Is there a link?
It's on WWE Fan Nation. You can go to the WWE YouTube account.
I need to see I need to see this.
He looks like a girthy beast.
This is my guy, and they have to do it right because this is my guy. All right, WWE Fan Nation. I type in WWE Fan and I see Fandango. Fan Nation. Okay. Looking for Rusev. Looking. Why do I see Kali? Oh, that's not Kali. Oops, that's Rusev.
You thought Rusev was the great Kali.
The thumbnail they had.
Buried.
Look at this chick. Look at the girth. Look at the girth.
He's very girthy.
He doesn't have a scary look in his face. He actually looks like Jarrett.
I told you.
He looks like Jarrett.
I told you he looks like Jarrett, dude.
He looks like Jarrett. Okay, so he talks.
Yeah. But they're OD Bulgarian. Like, his nameplate is a Bulgarian flag with his name in Bulgarian. Like, they don't even put his name in English.
I like that.
He's hella foreign.
I like it. But just the look in his face doesn't scream monster. It screams nice guy. I don't know. Maybe they need to.
I liked him at SummerSlam when he had the beard.
Yeah.
Maybe what they thought the board would be too gimmicky. You know what I mean? Maybe they thought it was a little too cartoony. So they made him more like serious.
I didn't care for the board at first until I started to get into the character a little bit.
Yeah.
Then it started to make sense. Is it necessary? No. It's a good add-on. I think maybe you should do it for...
You know what they're doing? They're giving him the MMA gimmick with the MMA short. They're giving him like the Muay Thai gimmick because they dropped all those martial arts he does and shit in his intro. I want the boss gladiator, dude.
Have you seen NXT since he's been on the Rumble?
He hasn't. No, he hasn't came back.
Oh,
I think Rusev faced Sin Cara. I didn't see the match though.
Oh.
Didn't see the match. Sorry.
All right, so moving along. So we started it out with Punk and who was number 2? Cody? No, it wasn't Cody. Who the hell was number 2? This is
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins was number 2.
Yes.
All right. That's another guy that lasted really long.
He works.
For me, the Rumble was meh. Overall, just meh. Because we didn't really get any wow moments.
We got Kevin Nash, which was hilarious. He botched his own elimination.
Oh my god. That's just just one of those things that didn't need to happen. He did. Why did we need him? For what? For freaking what? Just to take a spot away from a guy. Whatever. Who else was in this damn thing? We didn't get any storyline advancements from this.
A little bit of a Shield tease in terms of Roman Reigns eliminating 3 men at once. Antonio Cesaro. And
that's pretty much the only thing that we got from it.
Cesaro OD'd on his swings.
Yo, I found it hilarious when he was swinging. I don't remember who he was. I think he was swinging Miz. And he got finished swinging him. He was looking to swing somebody else, and he had to remind him, like, hold up, we got a big name coming out. You might want to chill. And he goes to swing somebody else, and Roman Reigns just spears the shit out of him. He's like, yo, chill, man. We got a big name coming out.
Luke Harper was coming out, so it was all LOD slow and shit.
Yeah, we need you to slow down. We gotta work the crowd and get them calmed down. You in here wilding.
Luke Harper is out of control. He needs to see
yeah.
Yo, his beard, he licks his beard. He's out of control.
And that's another thing. Monday Night Raw, they finally let him talk. They let the guy talk. I said, oh shit, he can talk. And then you get what's the other guy's name? Rowan. He came in and what did he say? He said like one word, right?
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
That's perfect. But I guess now that they got them actually talking, I guess now they're ready to kick up the next notch with those guys. Hopefully. But what else did we get from this Rumble? No Daniel Bryan. The crowd went nuts. Yada yada yada. Let's get into the real news. Batista looked like shit in this, by the way.
Batista, 3 clotheslines, gassed.
This dude could not take that spear to save his life.
Oh, yeah.
He was ill-equipped to take that spear.
Can we talk about, before we get to Batista, how about Rey Mysterio just getting unnecessary heat?
Why do you have to send Ray out in that spot?
They should have sent Bad News Barrett. It should have
been Bad News Barrett all the way. I got a little bad news for you. It should have been him. And
I got some bad news.
They should have had the crane carry him all the way down to the ring. With the rope. That would have been classic. How did they miss the ball on that?
No, what happens if you wore a Daniel Bryan shirt?
Wow. Wow. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. Oh my god.
30.
That's how, he would have kept the heat. Like, that would be his heat magnet.
He'd be hated.
I think that the crowd probably wouldn't have reacted that way all night if they would have did that. Like, the crowd would have, they would have got a little laugh out of that.
It would have been epic trollage. You would have not known what to do with yourself.
Because on one hand it's hilarious, on the other hand
you're pissed. If he had the Daniel Bryan goat shirt, done.
They need to start giving Daniel Bryan some new merch so people can take him seriously.
He's number 4.
He would be number 1 if they gave him real merch.
No, this is the test right here.
They want to see if he can sell goat shirts.
Reselling them. He's number 4.
He is, but again, he had real shirts.
He's got a new shirt coming like next week because like they're doing all the Yes Movement shit on the back, so he's getting a new shirt. Hopefully, it's nice.
Yeah, no attacks on him. Something that people could actually wear. All right, little man trying to get his talk. All right, he's out of. He's walking.
What happens if he had a John Cena kind of shirt with like him in the middle doing the Yes thing on a cartoon?
That'd be nice.
That'd be dope, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea.
I think he's gonna come out
as long as it's not neon.
I think he's gonna come out with a Seahawks colored shirt.
Yes, that should happen. I'm surprised that the Seahawks didn't have him at the parade, did they?
He went to the parade. He said he went with his dad.
Oh, they should have had him. They should have had him up there.
Man, he ain't. Imagine.
Can you imagine the yes chance that would have happened?
There was 700,000.
WWE probably didn't want him up there.
God damn it,
WWE didn't want him up there. That's what it is. They didn't want him up there.
Imagine if Daniel Bryan led out the team at the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty dope.
Ooh, see, WWE not trying to capitalize. Yo, you give me WWE in the late 90s, early 2000s, they would have milked Daniel Bryan for everything he fucking had. They would have milked the fuck out of this shit. Oh, Seahawks in the Super Bowl? We need Daniel Bryan in that shit. We want Daniel Bryan in the helmet, damn it. We want him as Russell Wilson. Vince would have found a way. Yeah. And they would have sold merch. They would have made it a big
I think
deal.
there would have been a better shot if the Super Bowl was on NBC. Because NBC owns USA, and USA has Monday Night Raw and SmackDown on Sci-Fi. So if NBC had the Super Bowl, there was probably a way better shot. I don't think Fox would have had that.
Fox sucks.
But they'll show Navarro Bowman snapping his leg in half 20 times.
Oh, yeah. God, no.
So Rey Mysterio, and then everybody turned on Batista. Everybody turned on Batista, and Roman Reigns came out like a guy, the poster boy.
Yo, Roman Reigns was the shit in this one. Roman Reigns was definitely the shit in this one.
So, we go to Monday night, and of course, what happens Monday night? CM Punk says, I'm going home.
CM Punk was tired that day.
He took his ball, and he went home.
Said, all right, Vince, I'll catch you later. Where you going, Punk? I'm going to get a nap in. And now they can't reach the guy. Apparently, he's still asleep. Has he tweeted?
Nothing.
That right there, Smalls. Well, first let's talk about this because I want to book WrestleMania for you, and it's gonna surprise you what I'm gonna say, and it's gonna make so much sense. But let's talk about this first.
Okay.
Let's talk about Punk leaving.
Okay.
Overworked, underpaid, underappreciated. Pretty much is the reason why Punk is saying suck my dick.
Yeah.
Del Rio, I'm hearing. I haven't read anything, but I'm just hearing from other people tweeting me that Del Rio is leaving once his contract is up. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go back to Mexico.
Let me know what did you hear about that? What did you read up on?
He's already feel like he's accomplished what he's wanted to accomplish already.
Which is
he got he won both titles or whatever. And then he's like, he doesn't like, he's getting treated as he was once like a title holder. Now he's going to get jobbed out to Bautista. So he's just like, oh, wow, how quick they turn on me. So he's just like, I'm over it. Because in Mexico, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
That's part of the business.
Yeah, but in Mexico, he does whatever he wants. So it's like, he's going to go back to Mexico and be gangster with it.
But that's the business right there. That's just, they built you up. They built you up early. Way ahead of when you were supposed to be built up.
Right.
And now that they yanked the carpet,
won the Money in the Bank, won the Royal Rumble.
Way too early in his career. Way too early. But now
he won the Royal Rumble in his debut.
Now that they want him to,
that's like Alexander Rusev winning the fucking thing in his debut.
But now that they want him to be one of the guys, which they should have did from the start and then built them up.
No, brother, dude.
Now he's like, well, I already got what I wanted. I'm out. And he has the leverage to do so. I mean, he's not accomplishing anything. He's not getting over. I personally like Del Rio a little bit. I like his ring work. Let me say that. I like his ring work and I like his demeanor when they want him to be a strong heel. But other than that, he's not getting over at all with the crowd. So, he can go. But that right there is probably just one of the things that CM Punk is leaning on. They're not repaying the guys that are there all the time. They're not repaying them the way that they should be. They're working 24/7, busting their ass just for someone else to come and reap the benefits.
Right.
And it's happening year after year after year after year. Those guys that are doing it now, like The Rock and Batista, they ain't have to go through nobody else taking their spotlight.
Yeah.
Those guys were built through WrestleMania. But now, when it's time for the new generation to be built through WrestleMania, WWE is like, nah, not a big enough draw. Let's have somebody else that was a draw come and take that spot.
At least Cena's not headlining this year.
Yes, and I think Cena might be on the mid card, like right in the middle. I don't think they're going to have him toward the end.
Yeah.
I don't think so. He definitely won't be the second to last match.
Undertaker probably.
They need to give that to
Taker and Brock. You're right. Wow, Cena's gonna be the third.
Let me think. Well, with Triple H in there, brother.
Oh, Triple H and CM Punk would have gone over that too.
What if Cena opens?
No way.
I mean, the opening isn't a bad spot.
I'm trying to think. Oh, it's in the dome, right? So it doesn't really matter. They can kill the lights, so they could do that. They could do him anytime. Next year they're gonna have the problem because in San Francisco it's open and it's they start the fucking show at 4:00, 3:00. Why? Remember how early we walked into the fucking show? Like it'd be bright as fuck outside.
But you talking about if they had it outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was raining a little bit too.
Cena, okay, so if that 3 would have happened, and then, fuck, you're right. Yeah, Cena would have been he would have been the second. Yeah. He would have been. He wouldn't open the show though, because they probably open it up with like a tag team or Intercontinental or something.
You know what? They're gonna open it up with a Shield match.
The triple threat.
Yeah, they're gonna open it up with that.
Not pre-show.
No. Okay. We gotta have the Miz do something. He gotta win.
He doesn't wrestle anymore.
The Miz is Mr. WrestleMania.
Oh god. Yeah, he's got to win, right?
Yeah, he's got to get his win. He's got to ride this undefeated streak to the limit.
I got a good match for WrestleMania. How about Sheamus versus Antonio Cesaro?
That would be so fucking epic.
That's a great big man, strong, right? I think they could.
They're not going to do it.
They could start it in the chamber. If Daniel Bryan's going for the belt, what is Sheamus going to do? Triple H?
Yeah, because this makes me wonder why is Cesaro in this match? Like I'm missing something because I didn't see anything.
They're giving him like a little rub. They're getting not a full jerk off.
Time out. Who made this Kenji poster?
Oh, that's Ted.
Look at the faction. She got the grapes. You got the black man. You got Big Show with the mask. You got Kenji.
Why is it green?
Because he gets it. He knows it just needs to be absurd.
Oh, okay.
It just needs to not make sense. And then you got the flag in the background. But I got a little bad news for you. You're missing the white guy. There was one more white guy that was supposed to be in here.
Mason Ryan?
Mason Ryan. There we go. Okay. Who might not be black. He might be Brazilian or something.
He's like South African or something.
One of those people. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so we all know the deal is going on with CM Punk. So let me ask you this. It's been a long time now. Do you think it's a work? Or do you think it's legit?
He's gone.
So you're leaning on legit, right?
It's good, yeah.
All right. Now I also think that it's legit. But
who is Triple H gonna face?
But there is a but. One of the main reasons why I was harping on it being a work is because CM Punk hasn't tweeted. Anytime CM Punk does anything against the authority and he just wants to be himself, he just fucking tweets and just tweets about other shit. You know, he doesn't let it hold him back. So that's just one of the things that I'm just wondering, and I'm just going to keep that in the back of my mind. So here we are, February 9th. Remember that I said that if anything happens. Now, Smalls, I'm going to book WrestleMania for you.
Okay.
With CM Punk.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you CM Punk and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, here we go.
But Smalls, I gave you this warning that I was going to do this. But I have a Russo swerve for you. I didn't say this WrestleMania.
31.
I'm talking 31.
Yeah.
You want to know how we're going to pull it off?
How?
We're going to continue to have Punk out of wrestling. Until when, Smalls?
Until the Royal Rumble?
Smalls, who's going in as the champion, Smalls? Who's going to WrestleMania 31 as the champion?
Do you think Daniel Bryan gets a full year?
I don't know, and I don't care when he wins the thing.
Uh-huh.
But this is how you could give everybody their match. You keep Punk off for a full year. It's 100% legit. Everybody's like, he's really gone. Everybody's forgotten about him. You get to number 30. The music drops. Everybody just like, there's cum all over the place. There's jizz. Like, they don't even fucking react. They're just like their life is out of them. Like there's jizz on the floor. People sliding all over the place. No reaction because they're just dead. CM Punk comes out. He's trying to get the crowd hyped, but they're dead. Right? He comes out, he wins the thing. The crowd goes nuts. Daniel Bryan comes out, holds the title in his face. He's like, I've been here. Where have you been? Book it for Mania. Keep CM Punk off. Do not have his ass come back.
What number does he come in at the Rumble? What number does he come in? 30.
30. He has to be last.
Why?
Has to be last. Why? Because you get the pop. You get it so that nobody expects Punk. No, you get all the way to 30 and nobody sees it coming. You hit him with the crazy haymaker. Punk has been gone for the longest. Nobody's talking about him anymore. People are just wishing with their pipe dreams. No rumblings, no internet stories, no nothing. He just comes in. And the fucking place explodes. And you got your match. Real simple. It's real simple. Right now, you know, he's off. And the way that you make it legitimate, the way you make it believable, is you keep doing what you're doing. They've been refunding people. They've been refunding people their money back from, you know, signings that he was supposed to be at and such. That could build it. That could build it. I mean, people will believe like he's legit gone forever.
Yeah.
He gets his rest. He gets time off. He gets everything he's wanted. And everybody gets the match that they want. The internet jizzes. Now, this is all wishful thinking and probably won't happen. WWE wouldn't even be able to hold a story for that long.
Right.
But can you imagine? Can you freaking imagine if that happened? I think there would be jizz stains everywhere.
Jizz stains.
There would be stains all over the place.
Yeah.
I gave you WrestleMania 31 main event.
Well, now speaking, we're gonna go back to 30.
All right.
What happens if they do Triple H versus Roman Reigns?
Why the hell would they do that?
Because
I need someone. And he comes out with a fucking crown and a belt that's up to his fucking neck. Three sledgehammers and mallets and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
In a cape.
All
He comes out with a cape.
All of that.
And it sparkles behind him, and he's hugging Stephanie while holding 3 mallets.
Okay.
That's his entrance.
Oh, okay.
And like something carries him to the ring. Like he has Pete, like he's sitting on a fucking throne, and there's like 10 people carrying him to the ring, while Stephanie's feeding him grapes.
You have a hard on for grapes.
I have a hard on for grapes. Speaking of grapes, give me about 30 seconds. I want to see if this food is finished. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. What next topic are we going to talk about, folks? Rusev Clash.
I don't eat burnt chicken.
A little snack break, folks. I get to put this Rusev Crush picture on. Hold on.
What it tastes like? So it's not too salty, no stupid?
I'm gonna let that marinate. Sean's View Entertainment. He's the best. Triple H is a BlackBerry guy, and that's all I eat.
All right. I'm back. Let me put my headphones in. Okay, I'm here.
All right.
What? I see Rusev and Jarrett. You're the same person. You give Rusev the Jarrett look, and he's intimidated. When did you first realize that Rusev looks like Jarrett?
Yeah, when I was watching the sports commentator March Madness Google Hangouts, I watched him like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Fucking Rusev."
Wow. Okay, so what else did we get? So let's go into that Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
I don't even remember it.
Bautista.
Oh yeah, he came out during and Del Rio came to interrupt him.
No, that was. Oh, this is you're talking about this Raw that just happened.
There was another Raw?
The one after the Royal Rumble.
All right, fuck it. What happened?
And then we didn't. Oh yeah, then the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, remember Brock Lesnar came out and like they made a statement or whatever. They didn't even put it up on the Fan Nation because Bautista and Orton got no reaction. So
Ooh, wow. Yeah, Bork Laser was the baby face there.
Bork was a baby face.
Do you think that's why they killed that whole thought?
That's when the Wyatts and the Shield first had their when the Wyatts like came in and attacked the Cena and then they got DQ'd or whatever. All that shit happened. Not going.
Oh yeah, that obvious ass man.
And when Daniel Bryan got in Triple H's grill.
Daniel Bryan got in Triple H. I missed that actually. Tell me about that. What happened?
He got in his grill, the Shield came out, and then John Cena and Sheamus came out to the rescue.
Because I hear that Triple H came out and was trolling the fans.
Oh, did somebody not get what they wanted? I was dying.
I'm gonna have to see that. Is that on Fan Nation?
No, they did not put that up on the YouTube.
Oh my god, come on. They're keeping it 2 PG. Like, all right, there's PG and there's 2 PG. It was clearly just joking around. Come on, they could put that up.
Yeah.
No, Triple H went overboard. We can't show anyone.
So yeah, that all happened. Oh, did you see Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler? That match was great. Cesaro won, so he's in the chamber, which is great. And I love how Christian gets a return match, but on SmackDown. Like, he's not even good enough to make a Monday Night Raw return. Live. He gets SmackDown.
I actually missed the SmackDown. So you said the match was really good.
Yeah, that was last week's SmackDown. This week's SmackDown had Cesaro and Bryan.
But the promo, though.
Yeah, that was good.
That's Ziggler promo.
Yeah, the WWE app exclusive.
We need more of that. Yeah, what the hell gives?
We are no selling Dolph Ziggler.
Do you think that they're taking this whole CM Punk thing and turning it into a storyline of disgruntled wrestlers?
Yeah, there's actually a rumor of a faction called Team 365. Guys who were never on television, but they're there 365 days a year or whatever. And it's apparent, yeah, it's a rumored thing. It hit Reddit and shit. So like, that's the
Please
rumor.
tell me that this has nothing to do with the Miz.
Oh, maybe. No, because apparently, well, the rumor is that Miz and Ziggler are gonna tag.
They're gonna become a team?
Yeah.
Oh, they want to bury Ziggler bad.
You don't think it'll work? I think it'll work.
They want to bury Ziggler bad. Wow. That right there is going to suck all the fucking air out of Ziggler. Fans ain't going to have no choice but to, like, just
They
no
need
sell
to do
Ziggler.
that shit for like a week, though. A week, and then Ric Flair comes out and he fucks Miz up on before the figure four. Low blows him. Ziggler hits him with the super kick, and it's all over. And then Ziggler and Flair walk out together. That's what they should do.
But that won't give Ziggler a heel reaction.
Kicking the Miz in the head?
People will fucking explode.
That's what I'm saying.
That will not give Ziggler a heel reaction. Now, if the Miz just walks away forever from getting fucked up by Ziggler, then then Ziggler's a freaking ultra babyface. He's your number 2 babyface in the company if that happens.
He kills the Miz.
He kills the Miz, he instantly becomes number 2 babyface in the whole company. He does what Cena couldn't do.
How about a Triple H versus Dolph Ziggler match? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that'd be really good, actually.
It would have a chance of being good, but Triple H would not want to put him over.
He takes like he'll shrug off the zigzag every time. He's like, get off of me, I'm too big.
He no-sells Ziggler, and then Ultimate Warrior comes out.
He hits a super kick on Triple H. He gets a 1. He rolls back. He does the Chris Hero sell. No, and then gets up and does a pedigree and wins.
Wow. No.
No.
Wow. So did you see any names that was going to be in this faction?
I guess guys who work a lot and are never on TV. So Zack Ryder, man, I don't know what they're doing. Zack Ryder got murdered by Titus.
Titus's music got to go.
I think
get that music to Rusev.
So this is my thing for Titus O'Neal. This is how you make him a heel, okay? Because he's a babyface by himself.
He's a babyface naturally.
Okay, this is what you do. You give him Sasha Banks.
Who's Sasha Banks?
She's an NXT girl, black chick. She's called the Boss. Like she's just she's like one of those like Real Housewives of Atlanta girls that you just fucking hate because they got everything and they're the boss. Like she reminds you of like one of those like what was that show on MTV like with the fucking Sweet 16? She's like that. She's like the bratty mean girl.
Okay. So she generates
but she's
heat.
bad. But she's bad. She's the boss, Sasha Banks. She's a bad chick.
She gets heat. Okay.
She gets heat. I'm saying that. Put her with Titus.
And let her get him all the heat that he needs.
Yes.
Because he's not going to be able to do it.
Exactly.
Like, he's just too over with the crowd as a face.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But that music needs to be Rusev's music.
No, Rusev's got his Bulgarian brute music, which is amazing.
You've heard the music that they're going to be giving them for the main roster?
It was the one they used at the Rumble.
I didn't pay attention because I didn't know it was coming out.
They've been dropping that beat as background music on all the promos.
I gotta actually watch the promo. Because the only promo I saw right there was the one with the chick talking for him, and then he spoke at the end.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any music to it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna find a way to watch some more Rusev promoing.
Rusev crush. Rusev don't care.
Now Is that how it was with him on NXT?
Yeah, he was badass.
I mean, like with his
the Lana kid, he needed that manager. He needed that valet.
With the promo, that is.
Yeah, he needed that valet though. That valet is going to draw him heat.
So he's not much of a talker.
No, he's the Bulgarian brute. You know what it is? This is actually a perfectly executed way of doing Cesaro and Oksana. Remember when Cesaro and Oksana they started out together?
Yeah.
But this can't fuck it up because Lana is a stronger mouthpiece and a stronger worker than Oksana. Like she's more put together, like on the mic than Oksana.
Yeah, they stuck Oksana with the wrong person. You know, they were. I guess they were testing her out to get her ready for Kenji.
Probably.
But they were just way too far in advance on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. Uh-oh. Little man's back. Hey, I ate all the food, bro. I ate all the food. It's gone.
So what else? What else are we missing? I think we covered everything, right?
I believe so. I believe so. I think we should be up to current date.
What's up with Kane meddling and everything?
Do you think that they're trying to give Daniel Bryan the CM Punk storyline?
It looks that way.
Like what CM Punk was supposed to be doing, they're just pushing it onto Daniel Bryan instead of giving Daniel Bryan Sheamus.
Yeah. Unless they do the triple threat at Mania. If they do the triple threat at Mania, then it's all confusing. Then it's like everything's up for grabs. I don't know who faces the Authority.
I have a thing here. I have a thing for you.
I think Brock's gonna murder Christian and then get into the chamber.
I have a thing for you. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Triple H says, if you beat me, you get into that world championship match. At the end of Mania.
He was telling Triple H to open the show.
I'm not telling Triple H to open the show. I'm just saying Daniel Bryan doesn't come into that triple threat match like healthy. He doesn't come in healthy. Ultimate underdog.
Oh, you're saying he wins, he beats Triple H, he gets the title shot.
Yes. He has double duty.
What happens if he gets a contract? Like he wins a contract and decides to use it that night, and he's the last one out. Like Orton and Batista are both in the ring, and then his music drops.
What, cash in?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, you wouldn't even have to do that because you know that he's going to do it at Mania.
Right.
So that wouldn't even be necessary. That's why I say you have Triple H say, all right, I'm tired of this BS. You beat me, you get your shot. Just throw it on out there because Daniel Bryan is going to get robbed at Elimination Chamber. It has to happen.
Yeah, who's going to come out and screw him? Kane? Is Kane going to come out and screw him?
Triple H himself.
Probably.
Maybe just have Triple H keep sounding like he's on the Daniel Bryan bandwagon.
The neutralizer and pins Bryan.
You have Triple H building up until Elimination Chamber, trying to make it seem like he's on Daniel Bryan's side the whole time. Mm-hmm. He cost Daniel Bryan the match. That starts the tension between them two. And then after that, Triple H is like, I'm tired of your shit. Always whining about how you never get a real shot. You beat me, you get your shot. And you get it at Mania. So, double duty, non-healthy, but that's your shot. Take it or leave it.
See, I think that's going to be too much. I don't think they're going to do that all. They're not going to announce all that. It's going to build up to that, like all in the same night. But they're going to be looking for crazy yes pops. So I think they're going to do the build. I'm not going to say you get a title shot whenever you want, and then that's going to that word is going to be like whenever you want. You beat me, you get a title shot whenever you want. You pick a day, you get your title shot, whatever. So then he ends up picking the Mania day. You know what I mean? Like he'll be the last one out. Watch. That's how I think they would do it. I like your idea as well. But I feel like they're giving him way too much in the beginning.
So when does he beat Triple H? Does he beat him at Mania?
Yeah, but then okay, so they both go to the back and the match is over and they're like Daniel Bryan has won a title shot. So then of course Orton and Batista both come out, and then Daniel Bryan's the last one out.
All right, so the way to get your story over is to have Daniel Bryan has won a title shot whenever he wants it.
Yeah.
And then they start building and start making it look like he, next month our next pay-per-view is going to be in Seattle.
Right. No, well, it's not in Seattle anymore. It's actually in your backyard.
They changed it?
They changed it. It's going to be in your backyard at the Izod Center.
Well, shit, if they changed it, then I think he's winning that Mania.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to find a way to get him in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's for sure.
He'll cash in or something. Like, he'll cash in or he'll cash in his title shot. Like, maybe he drags Vince out there. Like, he'll do something. He's going to get his match. I mean, he's going to get thrown back into the match.
There's no way that Bryan walks out.
That's why I think this is what they're going to do. This is why they're going to do Triple H versus Bryan. Then the Brock Lesnar Undertaker break.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do the main event. That way Bryan has time to recover, or they do the match, or like there's something they could spin.
Yeah. So basically we have the same thing, just a different announcement.
We're all on the same road, which is how it should be booked.
Yeah, we just have a different announcement.
Right.
I'm not against the triple threat match. The match definitely needs to be a triple threat. You can't just have Orton and Batista and think that's going to be...
There's nobody to cheer for.
That main event would get booed out of the fucking dome.
I've been calling it Goldberg Lesnar 2, like, since it was, like, even rumored. I'm like, that's just going to get pooped on. And it's going to get destroyed by that crowd. And they're in a dome. This is going to be way louder.
They can't pipe that.
They can't pipe that. The Monday Night Raw afterward would be a fucking total kill if Batista walks away as champion. It'd be a total shitstorm. The Raw after, oh my god. Yeah, you notice Batista isn't saying anything anymore since CM Punk left? He just goes out there and then Del Rio interrupts him, or he just goes out there and just pretends to like be badass. Like, I don't know. He's cut down a lot on his promo work.
Well, he was supposed to go out there and announce who he wants to go against, and of course they're not going to let him say. So that's why they have Del Rio come out. But so when do you think that they'll have Batista do regular matches?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to have a one-on-one match.
Like on Raw. You know, like he's going to be a guy.
He's going to be Batista Del Rio on at Elimination Chamber probably.
And Del Rio's contract is up in what, 5 months?
A couple months as well, yeah.
Oh, just a few months?
Yeah, well, I don't know specifically when it's up.
Okay. Maybe through SummerSlam, getting one more big payday. Get up out of there.
SummerSlam, probably.
Sheesh. All right. So, what other news we got? Any other news? My nose hasn't been in the news lately. Anything else?
Undertaker's return date is going to be the day after Elimination Chamber. Everyone is saying.
That's been leaked or rumored or what?
Yeah, it's been leaked. Sting about to come over. What do you think about Sting?
Oh, yeah. What role do you give him? I say they stick him into a GM role. Stick him in a GM role for now until you could build him correctly for, a big match.
I think he has to have Taker in his debut match.
Hell, then that'd be his only match because he ain't got nowhere to go but down from there.
Right.
So what do you do with him?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't know how you bring him in. He might come out the night after WrestleMania, I think that's when they'll debut him.
Yeah, they can't debut him at Mania.
No, they'll debut him the day after.
Hall of Fame is pretty much locked in. They don't need him for the Hall of Fame this year.
Why don't they just build up a 1 year feud, Undertaker and Sting or something? Why don't they just do that? That way Sting doesn't have to work all crazy. He works with the Undertaker like every other fucking week, and they have a hell of a match.
Do you think that that's what people still want to see? I personally don't want to see it.
I think it has value. I want to see any Undertaker match.
Because we know he's not beating Undertaker at this point.
No.
That belief is gone now.
It's just a spectacle. It's just a spectacle.
And do they use that spot to, for a Sting, or do they use that spot for, a guy that's, that they're trying to push? Because this is going to be, possibly the Undertaker's last match.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have to do it.
But I want you to think about this. Think about, we hear the record 21-0, right? And we just think of it as a number.
Yeah.
We could almost say 22-0 because he missed the WrestleMania, right?
I don't
But that number is actually the number of years that he's been going with it. 22 years. Smalls, what the hell were you doing 22 years ago?
I was at 1 year old.
Think about that. That's how, that just makes me think of the streak and gives it even more respect. Like, he's been doing this for over 2 decades. That is incredible. Good God. I mean, the first like 3/4 of it, was against a bunch of chumps. Or I'll say the first half, because those matches with Kane was pretty good. But some of them, Giant Gonzalez, Snuka, fucking King Kong Bundy, a lot of those was ass. But still, to be doing it for that long, people's careers don't even last half of that.
All right.
And he's out there being, the WrestleMania draw.
Yeah, he's always steals the show.
That guy is the man. That guy is the man. And now he has a contract that says, all right, Undertaker, you only got to work WrestleMania.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking at some of the dirt sheets to see if I see any news here. All I see is stuff like fans told not to ask AJ Lee about CM Punk. MVP being the guy now.
TNA?
I didn't watch, but I heard, and didn't I say a couple weeks ago? Maybe I kept it in my mind, but I could have sworn I said it out loud about MVP being all right. So it must have been something I was thinking to myself about MVP being the investor. But what do you think about that? I didn't see it, so I can't say anything.
I was whatever.
Did you see him come out and do the promo?
Yeah, he came out with the Wolves.
I hear that his promo was actually really good.
Yeah, they're gonna give the Wolves the titles in a minute too. Apparently, they're finally convinced to give the Wolves the belts. They should have done it on the opening match.
Hold on. Bray Wyatt's theme to be performed live at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, I said that in the beginning of the show.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I suck at that then. Hold up. Cole Cabana denies a rumor regarding CM Punk. All right, I'll look at that in a second. But back to the Wolves. Yes, they should have won that thing when they first showed up.
The bromance.
They should already have those titles. When are they going to have these guys wrestle?
Apparently, they're wrestling on the UK tour, so in a couple weeks. Because that's all taped over there. They tape like a month ahead.
So is all of the UK tour already?
They'll probably went in at lockdown.
Is it already all booked up? Like they've recorded all of them, or they still got some more recording?
Over there, yeah. Tonight was the last show.
Okay, so then we'll get updates on that one later.
Yeah.
Hold up! Whoa! Sami Zayn and Paige returned to WWE last night. Oh, to NXT probably.
Yeah, his first match. He had that knee injury.
Let's see.
So he's getting ready for his
Cesaro match.
He's getting ready for his 2 out of 3 falls of death.
That's stuff that should just be on the main roster. Oh man, I swear, and we say this every week, WWE knows what's gonna get over and they just don't want it to.
It looks like the rumors are Sting will be a GM the night after. So
oh really?
Your call as the GM is actually a good one.
I can see that role because he fits in it, and he could do it without the makeup.
Yep.
Come out because that stockbroker Sting look that works.
Main event mafia Sting.
There you go. Because if he comes out with the face paint, you're gonna expect him to wrestle. You're gonna expect him to be this character, and it's not what you're gonna get from him. Because then you're gonna expect it out of him consistently. But if he could just go out there and be himself, I think him being himself would get over huge with today's audience, rather than him being stuck in there as a character that he used to be. Right. Then people just be like, oh, God, here they are marching in another old one, take up all the spotlight. No, just have him come in as himself. He was pretty good as himself, I believe.
Yeah, I dig him.
Undertaker's return date, you said, was Elimination day after Elimination Chamber?
Right. The WWE Network launch.
February 24th. What day is the WWE Network launch?
February 25th.
Okay. All right. I gotta make sure I got my bread ready for that. Oh shit! That's this month.
That's in a couple weeks.
Oh hell!
You get
All
a
right,
7-day free trial though.
Yeah, but I wanna just pay for the whole just pay it out.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if it's gonna work or whatever, but I'll just trust them with it a little bit and just just pay for it all in one shot. Don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But are you getting it on day one?
Probably.
Will you be able to edit once you get it?
I got a new gimmick I gotta run by you too later.
All right, so I gotta come into the gorilla position.
Yeah.
I gotta see what's going on in there. Yeah, I've been working on some stuff.
Yeah.
These gimmicks have been getting out of control. The Skittles spitting gimmick.
Yeah, out of control.
Go on ahead and throw it up on the screen. Throw a clip up if you have a clip.
I don't have a clip.
Well, hell, go to the video, throw it on the screen.
I'm good.
Nah, they gotta see the Skittles spitting
You
gimmick.
can go to my channel.
Fuck your channel. They gotta see the Skittles spitting gimmick.
It here, bro. Okay.
Then you could just put a link in there. Matter of fact, yeah, throw them. Oh, your link is right there.
It's on the screen.
You know that people are lazy. I'm lazy. You're lazy. We're all lazy. Plus, we can't even click on it. I just try to push it with my finger. I just thought my screen was a touch screen.
Oh, wow. No soul.
Shit that we do. Can we take some questions?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Because we got about a half hour. We can run through those. And the questions usually take us about that long. So we can run through that and we can end it up.
I'm going to go with the CAC Show Twitter.
If you have any questions that you want to be answered on the CAC Show, go on ahead and tweet at CAC Show. And we'll take those questions in as they come.
Oh, did you see the Ring of Honor article on WWE.com?
I did not.
There was a Ring of Honor article. It's pretty intense. Colt Cabana asked Colt Cabana, Gabe Sapolsky. They talked about Chris Hero, and they had pictures of Davey Richards. It was pretty weird.
What was this article about?
About how the Ring of Honor influence into the WWE.
And WWE has it up on the WWE's.
Yeah, that's written by them. They interviewed all these guys.
Interesting.
So.
You think there's a chance that WWE just might be looking at ROH for their, their crop?
I told this to Tony and Tubby. I was like, they're gonna get Ring of Honor matches, but only of WWE guys. So they'll get a couple Claudio Castagnoli versus Tyler Black, or Bryan Danielson versus Tyler Black and Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh, you mean try to put them on the
CM Punk and Daniel Bryan,
and try to put them on the WWE Network?
Right. I think that's what they'll do. Because I don't see them streaming.
That's a win. That's a win-win for ROH. Actually,
they might actually dub over all the audio and just have Michael Cole and JBL talk about it.
Oh, that would suck.
Seth Rollins and Antonio Cesaro live.
Oh, that would suck. So I like Nigel McGuinness on commentary.
Yeah,
him and the other guy. I think they work well together. They sell the crowd. They sell the match. They sell.
Maybe they just do commentary with the two wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, had a wrestlers talk about the match?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can you imagine Seth Rollins and Cesaro talking for 25 minutes?
Because if they do, they would have to pay so many people. They probably would pay them scraps. They won't have to pay them much because it's ROH. And compared to ROH, WWE's money is in a different universe. But, yeah, they would have to individually pay everybody if they wanted to do that. You got the matches going on, and then you have Nigel McGuinness and the other guy. That's his name, the other guy. You have them doing a commentary, so they'll have to pay them. I don't think they will mind it. Just pay the whole thing out. ROH deserves it because WWE got a bunch of guys from the ROH.
I'm trying to figure out how they're going to fill all that airtime.
Fill all what airtime?
The WWE Network is not only on demand. The WWE Network is live television as well.
Really?
Yeah. There's going to be in-studio segments, performance center stuff. It's a full-on network, dude. Literally. There's going to be live scheduled programming.
Well, then all right. So maybe they just won't be live 24/7. They'll have a schedule on
No,
there.
yeah, but they have a schedule. I honestly think they're gonna do. They're gonna film house shows. I think they should film house shows with no commentary. That's what I think.
Put some of the house shows on TV.
Yeah, just do them live. I wouldn't even put. I wouldn't even put audio. It's just like just watching them.
I wouldn't put them live because again, the house shows is where they practice, they mess around, they do shit. They gotta edit that stuff up because that's where you'll catch a lot of the botches. I mean, of course, you already catch that on, and plus, they'll be pretty much risking it just becoming another one of the shows.
Right.
But if they could just edit it down like they did with the Saturday night main event, stuff like that back in the day, which was all heavily edited, then they could get away with it, especially for house shows. And, I guess house shows become more important because then that way you can sell more house shows. People are going to want to go now because, hey, I get a chance to be on TV.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. And I think that WWE has considered like every single angle that they possibly could with this WWE network. So I'm not going to sell them short. I'll sell them short on booking, but I'm not going to sell them short on this WWE network because they've been, Kevin Kelly, that's his name. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because they've been working on this WWE network since the late 90s. Vince has been thinking about getting it. So I'm pretty sure he's had some thoughts into everything. So if we see the house shows on there, now that you mention it, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah.
It'd be a good addition. And that'd give them something else to throw on the schedule, along with the NXT and all of that stuff.
Right.
Which just might take away customers from Hulu. I don't know how Hulu's going to feel about that.
It is what it is, man.
Business is business.
Whatever happened to Vince McMahon?
What happened to him being a character in this?
Yeah.
God. Well, I don't know. I guess he just.
How Vince gets dumb over? If it's like authority and Vince McMahon hates what Triple H is doing and he's done too much, God damn it. So then if Daniel Bryan beats you, he gets a title shot whenever he wants. And like Vince does it. So if Vince rings the bell.
But Vince is one of the guys that's been against Daniel Bryan storyline wise.
Maybe he's tired of it. And he's seen what Daniel Bryan's been doing.
So the way that you could do that is you say that Triple H was always trying to convince Vince that Daniel Bryan shouldn't be the guy.
That's how you swerve the internet too.
There you go. I think that
ring the bell, goddammit, ring the bell. Daniel Bryan's in the match.
Every single thing that WWE is doing right now is to swerve everybody. I really think that. I think that people are. I don't know why the internet doesn't see this, but. Not just the internet, but wrestling fans altogether doesn't see that everything is just a big ass swerve. This whole Daniel Bryan thing not being pushed, it's a fucking swerve. Certain wrestlers not being pushed, it's a swerve because they gotta make you believe that there's no chance in hell.
What's the swerve on JTG? What's the
swerve
on Zack Ryder?
I'm talking about main event guys like Brodus Clay here.
He's going to be pissed when Day 365 comes on his Twitter and he realizes he's not on the show again. Day 366.
Oh my goodness.
You got to get Day 66 trending. He'll block all of us.
Hashtag. But
yeah, man. Hashtag Day 366.
Like, people think that WWE is ignoring the fans. I don't think that they're ignoring the fans. They are getting the fans so fucking riled up.
Angry.
Because we all know that Daniel Bryan's going to win.
CM Punk walking out's not going to be a work.
We're not talking about CM Punk right now. But we all know that Daniel Bryan's going to win. We all know that he's going to get the belt. But they have to do something to make us feel like he isn't going to. And by them making people feel like they're ignoring the fans is what does it. Because right now, the fans don't even see that this is all part of the storyline. The fans are part of the storyline now. They've made all of us part of the storyline. There's people making these videos absolutely steaming, thinking that Daniel Bryan is being undercut.
Yeah.
thinking that, maybe the Usos are being undercut, that guys are just coming in and taking. I think all of this is part of the work. I think it's all part of the work because when he finally wins, jizz stains all over the place.
Yeah.
And people are finally going to shut
win the
up.
title at the Chamber. It's not big enough.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. And that right there is going to feed into it. It's going to make it even more. Oh my God, I can't I'm fucking quitting forever. Mania coming up. All right, fucking, I'm going to watch that. But that's the last chance you get. That's the last chance you get. You hear me? You hear me? That's the last chance. So,
can you imagine Daniel Bryan's reaction the night after WrestleMania?
Him come out with the biggest smile he's ever had in his life,
That
and
crowd
then
would lose their shit. Can you imagine?
Triple H comes out and takes the belt from him
again.
You had your moment.
What happens if he rips it off of him and he's just like, "You need your belt. This is Orton's with the plates," and he presents him a brand new belt with the yes shits on the side.
Ooh, get the fans riled up one more time and then just troll him again. Just troll him again just because. And this would make Triple H babyface.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. But he's been working us for a long time. He's been working the fans. He found a way.
If it's Vince wraps the new belt around Daniel Bryan. Done.
And he's doing his squat while doing it.
He's doing the squat.
The squat needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
But he's been working the internet since. Oh, excuse me. He's been working the internet since he freaking pedigreed Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam.
That was OD.
He's been trolling ever since then. I think if this whole thing, this entire time has been a work, then they worked everybody. Yeah. Everybody got it. Yeah. Everybody got it. Because we all was like, okay, no, we just have to wait it out because this is part of the storyline. They're building it up. And then it got to the point where, all right, these motherfuckers really ain't going to do it. Like, they make you, they try to get past the part where they say, all right, you smart motherfuckers. We're going to get past that whole smart shit, and we're going to make you feel like shit. All right, you guessed that he was going to get the belt. Well, he didn't. Ugh. And then they finally do it when they feel like doing it at the biggest spot. So, I like it. I'm not mad about anybody not getting pushed because I'm fully expecting this whole thing to just be a work, and the right guys will be champions at what is it called again? WrestleMania.
Assuming they keep one title, who's your current pick for Money in the Bank? It could be anybody now, right? It could be anybody, honestly.
At Money in the Bank. And Bryan's the champion?
Yeah. Has to be a heel. Not really.
It depends. It depends on what direction they're going in. And the reason I say that is because if they're going in the direction where they're finally going to start showcasing the newer talent, then I would like to see it be Cesaro win it. Start giving these guys some real pushes. Have new guys.
Can you imagine a Cesaro Bryan match? A Cesaro Bryan match at SummerSlam?
As a main event, man. This is how you build guys, man.
No, I think Cena will. We'll see Cena probably be in a dumbass program with somebody.
Cena just needs to be mid-card.
Cena versus Batista will probably happen, honestly.
Cena needs to have big name matches in the middle of a pay-per-view. Let these newer guys,
like how it was with his Del Rio match. That he wasn't top of the card.
Yes. Because
and then they had the Divas match, and then they had his match. Yeah, okay.
Here's the thing I don't understand. Cena's on the card. That's excellent. That's great. But he doesn't have to headline. He doesn't have to be the main event. It's not like people are going to say, all right, we've seen the Cena match, let's leave.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are still going to stay and watch the whole thing. So why does he have to close out the show?
Right.
So you have Cena build up that middle, and he can be the guy that catapults the rest of the card. You have Daniel Bryan and Cesaro at a pay-per-view because you still have those guys. Those big name guys, you just throw them in the fucking card, like you had all them years where you had Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. You had those guys work in the middle of the fucking card,
right?
And it was no big deal. No, they all swapped. Everybody swapped where they was at in the card every year. They all swapped, and it was no big deal. Nobody felt like they were bigger than the company. Now they're just depending on a couple of guys, and it's not putting over the other talent. So Cesaro winning a Money in the Bank, and then main eventing a pay-per-view with Daniel Bryan. You think 2 years ago, you don't see that shit coming. But that right there, a match like that says, yes, they're finally starting to move in another direction, and it's with two
Maybe
believable
Roman
guys.
Reigns wins the Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a good one.
That'll happen, but it's really predictable. It's really predictable, and that'll probably happen. But just in case you want to see fresh faces,
right?
Because they're gonna do Roman Reigns, but I don't want it to be all about Roman Reigns and not putting over some of the other guys. Because we don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Cena 5 times in a row. It has to stop. We have to start putting guys in position to main event. Now, WWE's not going to do this, so I just need to shut the hell up.
Punk says he left. People say Punk left because he found out he was facing Hunter at Mania. What if he was supposed to face Kane?
Then he's really gone. Yeah, he's really legit. That's my answer.
Or Hunter was supposed to go over.
Ooh, then he's not coming back.
He walked out on this company.
Guess I put the shovel away. But
Let's
say that he was supposed to take on him, and Daniel Bryan was supposed to take on Sheamus. Then the whole thing wasn't to work.
Oh, that'd have been a brutal show.
Yeah. They would have lost a lot of pay-per-view buys on that one.
What do you think of Prince Devitt? Have you seen any of his work in Japan?
I haven't seen his work. Only saw his intro that one time, and that was about it. I haven't seen his work.
Apparently, he's got a contract from WWE if he wants to sign it or not.
Have you seen his work?
I think he'd be good.
You've seen him?
Yeah, I think he'll do it.
How's he work? Like, what's his style?
It's weird. I don't know if they'll give him a push. I don't know. He's got it all though.
You say he's got it all?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to find a match or something.
Yeah.
Is he like a Kenji?
No.
I mean Kenji. I'm sorry, Kenta.
Not really. Your thoughts on the Wyatts versus the Shield?
I think they're doing it at the wrong time. This is something that should have been built since they first hinted. At oh my goodness, this boy over here falling. Yeah, when they first hinted at it back a few months ago, where they were sitting there pushing each other back and forth during 6-man tags and whatnot, that's when they should have started building from there. But them to do it now is kind of like it's thrown together, especially now since we all know that they're going to be splitting soon.
Right.
So that's why I say, the timing isn't right now. But I guess that's them giving us what we wanted.
Yep. We're going to get it in, and that's going to lead to the Shield breakup to the Triple Threat at Mania.
Which is all going to be completely rushed. Excellent.
Well, you wanted him to last through WrestleMania this year, so that was good. When you said last year, like you wanted to see him go through a full year, so they did that. A year and a half, actually. Pretty good.
Shield. Plus, they're doing it at the Elimination Chamber. Ugh. Hopefully they stick them in the chamber. You think they stick them in the chamber?
No.
That sucks. They should though. They definitely should. I mean, they're doing the promos and everything. They're doing it to try to make it come off as a big time match. I like that. Mm-hmm. It's just it's a timing thing, and no one want to capitalize on certain things that they should just. Oh no, they're just so out of the loop. That's because they. Triple H has Stephanie's position that she had before, right? Stephanie was who was head of creative?
Stephanie.
She was, because she was the one who brought the people in and brought in all the freaking TV writers and such, right?
Pretty much.
And now Triple H has that role.
Right. But Road Dogg is in the creative, and he booked himself to win the tag team title.
But it's not a bad decision.
Not a bad decision.
Because it's like, who else do you make the transitional champion?
Right.
I mean, me personally, I would have had Goldust and Cody, lose the belts to the Usos, raise their hands, give him the rub, and then Goldust turn on Cody. And by the way, Goldust, you asked earlier, Goldust needs to be the heel because he's going to be the one on his way out.
Okay.
Maybe he gets a backstage role. I don't know what the role would be. Maybe he has say so in certain things or whatever. But yeah, he'll be working backstage, but he should definitely be the heel on the way out.
Yeah.
Did we get more questions at the CAC show?
Will we ever get to see the Smalls and Wise at GM mode in WWE 2K14? The answer is no. We're going to wait till next gen at least.
Yeah, if shit slows down for me.
Yeah, next
And
gen.
I mean slows all the way down.
Yeah, you need a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that was talked about backstage was a possibility of Smalls and Blackjack doing it.
Is that talked about in creative? Is that in the gorilla position?
Well, no, that was just something that we had talked about a long time ago. Back when remember when Blackjack first got to WWE 12 or 4, whatever this game is?
Sure.
We were building toward that. Well, not building toward it, but we had mentioned it and blah, but everybody's still busy. Yeah, that's just one thing. People, got to realize we do stuff.
Yeah.
We get pretty busy. And that stuff takes a lot of time. Especially if you want to do it right. When it comes to stuff like that, they're projects and we don't want to just push them out and it's just, some bullshit. And there's a lot of talking and, say so that goes on behind it to make it the best. And that shit takes a lot of time. That right now we currently don't have. Especially if this guy keeps coming in here throwing balls at me.
Yeah.
Like right now, he's about to throw. Yep, see? Here he is.
Let's see. Favorite childhood movies you still watch today?
I haven't watched it in a while, but Home Alone is still one of my favorites. No, I don't know why.
For me, that's like Rush Hour. I used to watch Rush Hour like 1,000 times.
Rush Hour?
I love that movie for some reason.
I'm one of those guys. I never cared for Rush Hour.
I loved it. I don't know why.
It
hard on for that.
didn't do. I even saw it in the movie theaters. It just didn't do anything for me. Another one would be Lean on Me. That came out when I was about 5. I saw that in theaters, and that's still a good movie to this day. But yeah, I'm not really in a movie thinking mood. But yeah, those are two that comes off my mind real quick. Hit me with another.
Bryan makes an excellent point here.
Okay.
He says, I'd say a good relationship with ROH will help a future Bryan DVD as well as other career DVDs in the future. Rollins, Cesaro, etc.
Makes it much easier for them to do that. Absolutely.
Correct.
Because then they could use all of their stuff.
Right.
And then they could talk about even more.
Exactly. So they're gonna want a good relationship for the DVD.
But WWE is gonna have to pay some money. And then ROH is probably gonna want a spot, and they can't do that because they got the NXT. Possible merger in the future, ROH NXT merger, or
got it.
ROH what's that center called that they got?
Performance Center.
Yeah, maybe a.
They sign all of them to an NXT deal.
Just have them work together with the Performance Center. Possible. Who knows?
Something. No, but the ROH is based in Philadelphia. So.
Smalls, how do you feel about RVD not returning at the Royal Rumble?
I'm surprised. I heard he was. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he came out tomorrow.
Why tomorrow?
We're in LA tomorrow. Monday Night Raw is at my house tomorrow.
He lives
down
you said that your room is pretty big. So you're saying that they're gonna do Monday Night Raw in your living room? Your house is that big, Smalls?
My house, yeah. My living room is the Staples Center.
Smalls' house is the size of the Staples Center, people.
No, it's just that living room is the Staples Center.
Oh, your living room is the Staples Center.
Right.
Damn. So the hotel that we stayed in was actually your room.
You're my neighbor.
That was the neighbor.
Yeah. The neighbor owns that hotel.
Wow. Did we get any more questions?
Of course. If you were to book Titus, what type of gimmick would you give him?
Let me think. Let me think of a person. I would just let him continue the way he was being as a face.
Mm-hmm.
No gimmick, just a pretty straightforward, natural guy, just being himself. I think that's pretty fine. If they would have stuck with it,
yeah,
they could give him a little mean streak anytime he needed to use it.
Exactly.
But just be yourself.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't have to stick people with gimmicks.
Uh-huh.
How would you book him?
I can't give him the Mayweather gimmick. That has to go to another black guy. I don't know. I'd give him Sasha Banks if you want to keep him as a heel, but he's a face.
That guy's a face through and through.
Yep. Football connection.
How would things have been if AW was still around?
Ooh, I don't know. That would have been good. That totally derailed them because they probably should have won the titles that SummerSlam when AW.
They were getting pushed.
Yeah,
they were getting pushed so heavy.
If a Titus DVD ever comes out, we're definitely gonna have to hear that.
I don't think that they'll even mention AW, knowing WWE.
Really?
Nah, they won't mention them.
All right, let's see here. How would you? Oh, when are we gonna have a call-in show? Soon. And the next one is: do you think Sting will return to WWE to promote the WWE Network for WCW? I say yes.
Yeah. He'll be there just in time for that.
Yeah. How do you book the rest of AJ's Divas title reign?
Lose it.
To who? Emma?
Hell no.
Okay, who?
Hey, might as well.
I want AJ versus Lita. That'd be a good one. Or AJ versus Stephanie. AJ versus Stephanie would be funny. They should build up after that Elimination Chamber.
They could go on ahead. Here's the difference in what they're doing with Naomi and what they're doing with other people that AJ wrestled. The people that AJ wrestled that she ended up beating, they only had them beating AJ before they get a match with AJ. Mm-hmm. Here, they're having Naomi beat other people. They're actually building her against other people.
Right.
And then she's going to get her match against AJ. Where the fuck has Natalya been?
I don't know, dude. She's getting merch, apparently.
What the hell is going on here? This is crazy. They just like, is she going to be a part of the 365? The 365 Mafia?
Probably.
Oh, boy. That's just nuts how they just...
Sting needs to be booked as the ghost of WCW.
Ooh. I fucks with it.
Kenny asks, can you see Stephanie McMahon doing porn?
I wish.
Faris asks, with Punk leaving the WWE, who do you think can fill in his shoes of being the type of guy who can say and do whatever the hell he wants?
Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
If you were a wrestler, what would your finisher and signature be? I don't know.
What was the first part? I heard signature. What was the other part?
What would be if you were a wrestler? What would your finisher and signatures be?
Finisher.
I want a clothesline. That's pretty badass.
I just want to boot somebody in their chest. Like 300. I just want to boot somebody dead in their chest.
Hit him with the big boot.
This slow motion boot to their chest. What would my finisher be?
Seth Rollins with a Seth Rollins cell.
There you go. So So my finisher would either be the curb stomp of doom, or the razor's edge.
Oh, nice.
I razor's edge both of these kids so much it's ridiculous. First, I start off with the boot to the stomach to both of them, bring them up top, get them up on the shoulders, spread their arms out like a cross, and then just drop the razor's edge on them.
I think that's it for questions.
They both no sell them shits.
They just get up. They give him the Chris Hero. They're just like, no.
They just laugh. They think it's hilarious.
Wow.
They don't give a fuck.
Man, it's been 2 hours.
Been 2 hours and 1 minute precisely.
All right.
What the hell do I do now? I got all this time. I don't know what to do.
Should play some Madden.
Nah, I'll probably edit some videos.
There it is. He's going to edit videos. I got to edit videos too.
Look at that. Smalls is on a killing spree. Smalls is putting out more videos than me.
I'm going to make 10-minute videos.
Whoa.
People keep asking for a longer video, so I'm going to try one.
You just stick one in there for him. Just
one.
Just give him just one.
One long video.
Just give him that one. Let him jizz over it.
And I had this other idea where I find dumb videos on the internet and I overly break them down, John Madden style. Just point out the most dumbest shit and like circle it on the screen, zoom in on it, arrows. Like, you think that's a good gimmick for me?
Are we still on air?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You don't want to give them gimmicks. That's really good. Hell yeah.
Well, we're gonna edit on that. We're gonna talk about it. If you like that gimmick, tweet me at SmallsYT. If you love it even more, tweet at WiseNow. And if you love it even more, put CAC show in it and make a hashtag. I don't know. It says Smalls Breakdown or Smalls Mad. I don't know.
And drop a like on the stream on your way out, just because it inflates our egos just that much more.
And breaking news: Missouri defensive end Michael Sam says he's gay. Apparently, that makes breaking news on SportsCenter now. That a NFL prospect saying he's gay. Wow, that's a top story now.
So we need people coming out the closet, though.
I probably make him a top 4 pick, but we're out of here, guys.
You know what that does? He's gonna say, "I didn't make it into the